maybe for some of the kitchens that are, I guess, similarly sized to ours, I was plugging in that
Mhm.
for new flooring, new cabinets, new appliances. I
Yeah.
mean, some of the houses are in rough shape and they need that stuff. But
Yeah.
I guess is 40K ridiculous for new flooring, cabinets, and appliances in a kitchen?
That's a great question, because it really depends on the house, depends on what you're asking for. And it's important to remember we're focused on building a Camry, not a Cadillac, right? So what the way that that represents itself in what we're asking from our contractor is we want laminate countertops. We don't want marble or granite countertops, right? We don't need hardwood floors. We don't need custom built modern cabinets. We need pretty much out of the box cabinets, right? So those represent themselves in those aspects of the house, and it's going to reflect in how much it costs. So the way that I'd recommend you do this is your contractor is going to give you a bid, and especially if it's your first time working with them, you want to make sure you communicate what type of property you need or what type of property you're trying to build. Because, for example, for your primary home, you might have a contractor come in, bid you $40,000 to rebuild your kitchen. But at your primary home, you might be installing quartz countertops and they need to be custom fit. And you're going to do that faux wood tile on the floor. And then you're going to put in a really nice range. And actually, you got to move all the plumbing to the other side because you really want to be able to look out the window whenever you're doing the dishes. And right now you're staring at the wall, right? All of that stuff plays into it being $40,000. So is that unreasonable? Not necessarily. For a rental house, a $40,000 kitchen remodel, if it's going to be a long-term rental, is very expensive. And so if I got a bid for $40,000 for a kitchen for one of my rentals, my first thing that I would do is I would talk to the contractor and I would say, hey, help me understand this. What's going on here? And what I would probably learn, in fact, Douglas had a conversation with a contractor recently that bid him around 40 for a rehab job. And then he explained what he needed and it came in at 22 and he estimated 25 for rehab. So it was way more in line just because the contractor is doing high-end jobs. He's doing low-end jobs. He's doing rental grade jobs. He or she needs you to communicate what you need. And then he can direct the quality of the build to that. All right. And give you some suggestions there as well. So that would be my direction is if you're getting a high bid on rehab, just make sure that the quality of rehab is what you're expecting. It's not overrepresented. It's also not underrepresented. Right. So it's not going to be worse shape than you expect, but it's also not going to be better. And you end up walking away from a deal because the rehab estimation was too high when you could have actually made that deal work if it was representing a rental grade property.